So as we take a look at Cade Cunningham on the defensive end versus the Hawks, we're going to start here, and I did talk about him being pretty good against Bogdanovich, but he did lose him a couple times in the first play of the game here. So he just gets a little ball watchy at times, and if he is going to play off ball, these type of things can't happen. He's got to be chasing Bogdanovich off that. Bogdanovich misses, but that's just one that you can't give up if you're Cade Cunningham. So while I thought he was decent in this game, he obviously wasn't perfect. Here, I just love the multiple efforts. So he's guarding Trae Young, but he sees the drive. He's going to sprint at Bogdanovich to make the one more pass. And then you're going to see again here as the Pistons are still in scramble mode. He's playing to Bogdanovich. Trae Young makes the pass to Hunter, and he's able to recover and at least get a hand there on that one as well. So I just kind of liked his off-ball activity on that possession right there. And then here is the low man. So again, I'm not completely sure. My understanding is he would help on this here, and then Saddiq Bey would rotate to Bogdanovich. I know I just talked about not helping off of him, but to me, this is his help. And so this is multiple times now and through 3 games where we've seen him not even really notice that should have been his. Maybe I'm wrong, but my understanding is it should be him. Now here's the opposite. So he shouldn't be help guy here because it's strong side off a shooter. I would like to see him like a little more engaged, maybe like just stunt at the drive just a little bit, but that is a good job by Cade Cunningham staying home on strong side. And then here, we showed this in the Celtics game. So I know this is Trae Young. I understand how hard that is, but he just overreacts to these moves a little bit. As you see, Trae gets him completely out of position for a downhill drive. Now, Cade continues to play, gets help from Isaiah Stewart, and ends up not giving a bucket, but that's just something he can continue to improve throughout the next couple of years. Here's a great on-ball possession. So there weren't a ton of possessions for Cade on ball in this game, but he stays in front of Trae, forces a tough contested shot, and a miss. So there were some good on-ball possessions, even though in the first half he gave up drives just a little too much, like we'll see here. So you do have to close out hard to Bogdanovich, but I'd like to see him be able to stay in front a little bit better, as again, he gives up a driving lane and then the swipe at the ball. He wasn't in foul trouble in this game, but you see there he fouls on the drive. And then I just love this. So I talked about the communication in the article right here. He's telling Saddiq Bey, there's 5 seconds on the game clock going into half. He's telling Saddiq, help me over here. And he's going to go double Trae Young with Corey Joseph and get the ball out of his hands. I just thought this was a very heady play by Cade Cunningham. Not only did he make that play, but he communicated it to Saddiq Bey as well. Here as the low man, he's going to rotate. So this is one. Again, he rotates. I don't know if he's got to communicate earlier to Jeremy Grant, if he's just got to tag and get back. So this is one where Bogdanovich gets an open shot. Again, I'm not sure exactly how it should be played, but what I wanted to highlight was on the broadcast, they talk about it, and then they show Cade talking to multiple people about that play. I just love the communication during plays, but also after. Here, I showed earlier in the Celtics game holding up against Al Horford. Not saying you want him playing against fours, but you see him hold up really well against John Collins, forcing a tough fadeaway contested shot right there. So when the Pistons do switch, this is something he's capable of holding up in possessions. This is another one. I wish I could play it where you could hear it, but you can hear him saying, low man, low man. He's telling Saddiq, I'm low man. And then not only does he do that, but then he comes across and makes a play. So this is where I think he can start to make an impact, is situations like that. Recognize it and then come across with a steal or a block or whatever needs to happen. So I love that from Cade Cunningham. Here in a scrambled situation, I love this right here. Don't underestimate it. I know guys, we're going to play this. He's not going to get the rebound, but I love his willingness to see this and then use his body to make the box out. He doesn't come up with it, but I just love that he recognized it and then was physical. And then here's a good with Bogdanovich. So here in transition, he recognizes, okay, we've seen this in previous clips as well, recognizing a shooter. It was Buddy Hield in the Pacers game. He recognizes it, gets there, gets a hand up, okay, and forces a tough contested shot from Bogdanovich in transition. I just think those are important. Here, he gets a little bit too far away. So this is, again, there's some room for improvement from Cade Cunningham. I think Killian Hayes has this on the switch. He's caught a little bit too far away. He does close out hard. He does get a hand up. That's a nice nice contest, but this is a minute 30 to go in the fourth quarter. The Pistons are up 2. Just not sure you even want Bogdanovich getting that shot off. And then one final one here against DeAndre Hunter. So I would like Cade's feet to be a little more square, or at least force him where your help is. You're putting Killian in a tough spot by forcing Hunter right. You see the hips forcing right. Force him left here. Maybe he needs some communication from teammates. I think he holds up fine on this and he contests, but I would like to see him force where his help is at instead of to his right where Killian Hayes is not able to help him on that drive.